American cyclists. So this was at the second practice crit and clinic session in Clovis, California. This is the juniors and the Cat 5 beginner crit all mashed into one. It was pouring rain, so we're trying to get that over with. And I'm mentoring, so I'm sitting in, and we're gonna go through their race, the Cat 5 and junior race. Now, there was a ton of discrepancy in fitness and experience here, because there's guys here that it's their first time ever in a race, and then it's raining. And then also there's guys who have, you know, a good amount of experience. We kind of zoom here into the front. Now I've got two cameras, one from this little mini bruh, and I want to say he's 14, on the Academy, you know, junior development squad. In front of him is Kyle from the last vlog, and he's Cat 5 super strong, you know, but so you've got juniors and adults all together. Now, so this is the back of the pack. You can see that it's super strung out, literally within 2 turns, right? Because you have guys here in the back that are just not used to the kind of pace in a crit. Now you can see that all the gaps start opening up right away because of how fast the front guys are going compared to how fast the back guys are going. And you can see right here that basically you've got 3 guys shoulder to shoulder. They should be more in line, right? They're at the back of the pack and they're not really working together. Everyone in the back was sort of just, you know, everyone for themselves. We kind of zoom back up to the front with Kyle, and you know, dude, Kyle is probably the strongest one out there for sure. So he was drilling it on the front, trying to make a little breakaway. This guy right here, when we were mentoring, I think he said that he raced motocross or something like that, and this was his first time kind of out trying cycling. And you can see that he's struggling to get back onto the pack. There's only been 1 lap, and already a bunch of people are blown apart, right? And man, in crits, it's so difficult because the first couple laps are just pinned, no matter what level you're at, right? Now again, here you can see 4 guys side by side when they should more be working together, kind of coalesce into a little bubble that works as a unit to make up that gap. We go back to the front, Kyle drilling it, and then now the Academy guys, because there's three teammates here that are sort of trying to create this breakaway. You can see that they are drilling it on the front, and guys are just getting flicked off the back. Now these 2 guys, they have good fitness. Matt Lundy in the front, has got like blue on the back. Man, he rides 100 miles. He's done triathlons. The guy's got fitness, right? And so they're trying to work together to make that gap, to bridge the gap to the breakaway. But you can kind of see that their cadence is a little bit low, and their turn speed, you can see right here. I know it's raining for sure, but as they come out of the turn, it's a little bit underwhelming, right? And in a crit, man, you got to be jamming. You go back up to the front, and these guys are just turning the screws because those other guys are about to catch. Now you can see this guy, he's like, man, come on, let's go, let's work, right? Telling his team to start circulating, because they definitely could. If they turn the screws right now, they could establish a solid breakaway where they'll have 3 of their teammates onto 1 of the Fulton guys, and really have a good chance here, right? Now we go back to the pack, and you've got 3 guys that are trying to work together, and I'm telling them, like, dude, get on the wheel, stay together, work together, because the front group, the breakaway's not that far up the road. And I want to say this is maybe lap 2, right, or lap 3, right? I mean, we're so barely into this race, and the heart rates are up. These guys are really trying to get back on the group, and you can see that, man, they're not far. I mean, look, they're right there, right? They're just right up the road, and that's pretty much like a closable gap. You could give one good effort and sprint and close that gap, but you can see that they're, even though these guys are working together, man, their cadence is super low, and I think that they're just like overwhelmed at how fast a crit starts. And we go back to the front, and Kyle's on the front drilling it, and these guys are pretty much putting the nail in the coffin. You can see Kyle's going for an attack here, kind of with the rain, right? He's hitting an attack, and so there's 3 of these guys in black, right? There's 3 of these juniors and 1 Kyle. As soon as Kyle's done attacking, that other junior kind of makes a counter move, right? Which is awesome because Kyle just burned some matches, and then now the guy in front used that to swing off and cause a gap, which then now forces Kyle to chase that down and give the guy off the front's teammates, all they have to do is sit in and just sit on his wheel. Because if Kyle doesn't chase that down, right, then their teammate's going to go solo off. And dude, I mean, you got 3 juniors against 1 grown man, right? Like, they got to work together. It all comes back together, and this is now, the break is fully established. We're about halfway through the race, and you can see that now this is the guy right here that was just off the front, and now he's kind of struggling to stay on because he was burning so many matches. But dude, these kids were jamming. I mean, I was hitting 600 watts out of each turn to stay up with him. Little gap, he closes it down, gets back on, which was super cool. I was kind of just yelling at him like, dude, you got it, like, get back on. And so then Kyle kind of swings to the back because, dude, he's been on the front quite a bit, right? The Academy boys are really forcing him to work. We zoom into this dude's camera, and they're working really well together, which in a practice crit is fantastic to kind of get that, that practicing. Kyle hits a huge attack going into the start-finish straight, and I can't really get involved, and so I got to make sure I'm staying on the back. And this guy who went off the front, he was off the front for about a lap, he's struggling to get back on. But you can see Kyle, dude, he was like, he would throw these attacks, and then just, man, the juniors would just reel him back in. And then they wouldn't really do a whole lot. They would just sort of sit on his wheel and force him to work. This guy, big gap open up, right? But since his teammates up the road aren't really cycling, they're just making the other guy work, he's able to get back on. And now they have 3 against 1, right? And so now, okay, they're going to come up to some lapped riders. These guys are off the back there. I mean, this race got blown apart within 1 or 2 laps, right? And again, the disparity of fitness was large. But so everyone's having a good time, dude. Everyone stayed super safe. There weren't any wrecks, and it's pouring rain, right? I mean, dude, these turns are bananas. Now we zoom into here. Kyle throws down another attack. I want to say he attacked like 4 or 5 times. Big attacks. You can see this. I think this kid's 13. Dude, and he's smashing like 600. I'm having to do like 600 watts to stay on his wheel right now. So super impressed with these guys. Kyle is gonna move to the back because this is the last lap, right? And so they're all kind of talking, chatting, and I'm telling them someone needs to attack. They need to start counter-attacking that guy Kyle because they've got 3 teammates, right? So as soon as I say that, this little bro, 14 years old, just starts ripping. Now you can see here that it's all on Kyle, right? So his 2 other teammates, the Academy juniors, kind of funnel in and follow that guy's lead. And so then this is up the front, super sketchy because there's 2 lappers right in that turn. And I think it kind of messed this guy up, but it all comes back together. Kyle gets on the front, and now it's just lined out. And I would say that one of the Academy guys probably should have attacked early because the pace was a little bit low until the last turn. But as soon as they hit that last turn, Kyle opened it up. And dude, I mean, he doesn't have junior gearing. He has like legit gearing. So it's crazy that these juniors were even able to stay that close to him with junior gearing, which is insane. And so you can see back here, this dude, 13 years old, just ripping, man, ripping. Fantastic race. I couldn't believe it. So then we go back to this guy's camera. These are lap riders right to the left. And dude, they crushed it. I was super impressed with how well they did. And the thing is that everyone else did awesome as well. I was talking to these juniors. I mean, a lot of them have, multiple races already under their belt. They train and ride quite a bit. So, I would say for the guys in the back, like there were some guys that I think they just were like, what is this? Like, how fast are crits? You couldn't believe how fast it started off. And so, yeah, Here's the breakdown of this Cat 5 Junior Mixed Crit. Hope you enjoyed. As always, guys, Vegan Cyclist. Yeah! So first of all, what's your name?
McKay Kinsey.
What's yours?
Gordon Smith.
How old are you guys?
I'm 13.
14.
So what's it feel like to be able to completely demolish like a 40-year-old grown man?
Feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun, especially with like 2 other teammates in the break. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. The race went pretty good because the guy that we were in the breakaway with, he was pulling most of the time, so I didn't really have to work as much. So that kind of helped me save some energy. So I think it went pretty well and all.